Imagine waking up in the middle of the night, overwhelmed by worries, heart racing, feeling as if the weight of the world is on your shoulders. You try to control every aspect of your life, your job, your relationships, your health. But the harder you try, the more everything slips out of your grasp. It's exhausting, isn't it? And yet, in the midst of this struggle, you feel a small whisper in your heart, a sense of calm, a voice that tells you, you don't have to carry this alone. That's the moment when you realize Allah is inviting you to surrender the things you cannot control. 3 signs. Allah wants you to surrender. What you can't control is not just a title. It's a powerful reminder that Allah's wisdom surpasses our own understanding. As human beings, we often struggle with the illusion that we must have control over everything around us. We fight, we plan, and we stress in hopes of shaping our destinies. But what if the real key to peace is found in letting go, in trusting Allah, and surrendering the things we cannot change? This topic invites you to look deeper into the signs that Allah provides to guide us towards surrendering our worries, anxieties, and control. When we hold on to things that are beyond our grasp, we experience inner turmoil and discomfort. But when we surrender those things to Allah, we free ourselves from unnecessary burden, embracing the tranquility that comes with trusting in Allah's divine plan. In this video, we will explore 3 key signs that Allah is gently guiding us to release what we can't control, so that we can experience peace, resilience, and a heart filled with contentment. By understanding these signs, we will discover how surrendering to Allah's will can transform our lives, bringing us closer to Him and allowing us to experience the profound peace that He promises to His believers. 1. Allah reminds you that control is an illusion. We live in a world where it feels as though we need to have control over every aspect of our lives. Whether it's our work, our family, or our future, there is a constant urge to plan, predict, and control everything. The truth is, however, that no matter how much we strive to control the things around us, we can never truly have full control. This is a profound lesson that Allah teaches us through the experiences we face in life. When things don't go according to plan, when we feel like we're losing grip on our circumstances, it's easy to feel anxious, frustrated, or even hopeless. We often think that if we just push a little harder, try a little more, or organize a little better, we can make things turn out how we envision. However, Allah, in His infinite wisdom, reminds us that ultimate control lies with Him alone. No matter how much we try, we cannot control everything, and this is where true surrender comes into play. Allah, in His mercy, guides us to understand this fundamental truth, helping us embrace the unknown and trust in His plan. When we face difficulties, or when things do not turn out as we expect, we should remember that this is part of His plan. It's not the end, nor is it random. It is all part of the divine design. Surrendering to this truth doesn't mean giving up or being passive. Rather, it is about accepting that there are forces beyond our understanding, forces in the hands of Allah that guide the course of our lives. This doesn't mean we stop trying or stop striving. It means we trust that our efforts are in the hands of Allah, and He knows what is best for us. This trust frees us from the heavy burden of constantly trying to control everything and allows us to focus on what truly matters, seeking Allah's pleasure and living in accordance with His guidance. We often struggle because we want things to go our way. We make our plans and expect them to work out exactly as we envision. But Allah reminds us in the Quran that His plans are greater than our own. When we stop trying to force things to happen, we open ourselves to the possibility that Allah has something far better in store for us, something beyond our limited vision. When we put our trust in Him, we are not abandoning our goals or desires, but we are acknowledging that He knows what is best for us. The beauty of surrendering to Allah's will is that it brings peace into our hearts. When we stop fighting against the natural course of events, When we stop resisting what is out of our control, we start to experience a profound sense of relief. We realize that we don't have to bear the weight of the world on our shoulders. The struggles that we face become easier to bear because we understand that Allah is always with us, guiding us every step of the way. This peace is a direct result of trusting in Allah. The more we rely on Him, the more we find ourselves at ease with whatever happens. Whether things go according to plan or not, we know that Allah is in control. And that knowledge alone is enough to calm our hearts and help us navigate the challenges we face. Letting go of the need to control everything also allows us to focus on the things that matter most: our faith, our actions, and our relationship with Allah. When we stop obsessing over the things we cannot control, we begin to invest more time and energy into strengthening our connection with our Creator. Our hearts become more centered, and we start to realize that the most important thing in life is not the pursuit of control, but the pursuit of Allah's pleasure. Surrendering to Allah is not a sign of weakness, it is a sign of strength. It takes courage to accept that there are things beyond our control, and to trust that Allah's wisdom is far greater than our own. It's an act of humility, acknowledging that we are not the ones in charge, but that Allah is the ultimate authority over all that exists. In these moments of surrender, we grow closer to Allah. We are reminded that we are not alone, that He is our protector, and that no matter what happens, He is always there to guide us. Through surrender, we gain clarity, peace, and a deeper understanding of Allah's plan for us. So the next time you feel as though things are slipping out of your hands, take a moment to remind yourself that control is an illusion. Instead of resisting, surrender to Allah's will. Trust that whatever happens is part of His plan for you, and that He will always guide you toward what is best. 2. Allah tests your patience and resilience. Patience is one of the most beautiful virtues a person can possess in this life. It is not just about enduring hardships without complaining, but about showing resilience and faith in Allah's plan, even when things seem challenging. Life is full of moments when we feel tested, moments when it seems like everything is falling apart and we have no control over what happens next. These moments, however, are not signs of weakness or abandonment by Allah. Rather, they are opportunities for growth, for learning, and for developing a deeper connection with our Creator. Allah, in His infinite wisdom, knows that our hearts need purification, and one of the ways He purifies us is through trials and tests. These challenges are not meant to break us, but to build us. Through patience and resilience, we become stronger, better versions of ourselves. When we go through hardships, it is as if Allah is inviting us to prove our trust in Him, to show that no matter what happens, we will remain steadfast in our faith. We are being called to surrender the outcome of our struggles to Allah and to remain patient, trusting that He will bring good out of every situation, even if we cannot see it at the moment. Resilience goes hand in hand with patience. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from setbacks, to continue moving forward, even when we feel like giving up. It is about learning how to persevere through tough times and emerge stronger. Allah tests our resilience by placing us in situations where we have no choice but to rely on Him. When we face obstacles that seem insurmountable, it is a reminder that our strength comes not from ourselves, but from Allah. Our resilience comes from knowing that He is always there to help us, and that no matter how difficult the road may seem, He will never burden us beyond what we can bear. One of the most beautiful aspects of patience and resilience is that they are not just virtues that benefit us in this world. They also bring us closer to Allah. When we show patience during times of difficulty, it is an act of worship. We are acknowledging Allah's power and submitting ourselves to His will. Each moment of patience is a way of drawing nearer to Allah and earning His reward. It is through these moments that we strengthen our faith and develop a deeper sense of trust in His plan. Sometimes, it feels like the challenges we face are endless. The weight of our problems seems unbearable, and it's hard to see the light at the end of the tunnel. But it's in these moments that our faith is truly tested. Will we turn to Allah, or will we turn away? Will we surrender our burdens to Him, or will we try to handle them on our own? The choice is ours. Allah, in His mercy, has promised to help those who turn to Him with patience and trust. When we feel overwhelmed, we are not expected to be perfect or to have all the answers. Instead, we are encouraged to turn to Allah, seek His help, and trust in His wisdom. Our patience in times of hardship is not a sign of weakness, but a sign of strength. It is a reminder that we are placing our trust in the one who is capable of changing our circumstances, even when we can't see a way forward. Through patience and resilience, we not only endure the difficulties of life, but we emerge from them stronger, more faithful, and more connected to Allah. Each test we face is an opportunity to grow closer to our Creator and to earn His reward. Allah is always with those who are patient, and He never forgets the struggles of His believers. So, when life becomes challenging, remember that Allah is with you every step of the way. Trust in His plan, remain patient, and know that He will reward your resilience in ways you cannot even imagine. 3. Allah provides you with peace in your heart. In the midst of life's trials, one of the most comforting gifts that Allah grants us is peace. Inner peace that transcends our external circumstances. This peace doesn't depend on what is happening around us. Instead, it is a deep internal tranquility that comes from surrendering to the will of Allah and trusting in His plan for us. It is a peace that only those who turn to Allah in times of hardship can truly experience. When everything in the world seems to be falling apart, the peace Allah places in our hearts remains unshaken. Often, we search for peace in external things, our achievements, our relationships, our material possessions, or even in the approval of others. While these things can bring temporary relief or happiness, they cannot provide lasting peace. True peace, the kind that calms the heart and brings comfort to the soul, comes from a deeper connection with Allah. When we surrender to Him, trust in His plan, and seek His help through prayer and patience, He bestows upon us a peace that nothing in this world can take away. When we remember Allah, whether through prayer, supplication, or simply reflecting on His names and attributes, our hearts are filled with a sense of calm. It's as if the burdens of the world are lifted off our shoulders, and we find solace in knowing that we are not alone. Allah is with us, and He is our protector, our provider, and our guide. His presence brings peace to our hearts, making us feel secure even in the face of life's challenges. Peace in the heart is not about the absence of problems. It's not about having a life free from difficulty or hardship. Instead, it's about how we respond to those challenges. When we place our trust in Allah, we realize that our troubles are not permanent, and that no matter how tough life gets, we will always have Allah's support. This understanding allows us to face difficulties with a calm heart, knowing that we are in the hands of the One who has power over all things. Allah promises that after every difficulty, there will be relief. This promise brings peace to the hearts of those who trust in Him. It reminds us that our trials are temporary, and that Allah will eventually bring ease to our hearts and our lives. When we are facing difficulties, we must turn to Him for relief and solace. Allah has the power to remove our worries, calm our fears, and restore peace to our hearts. This peace is not dependent on our external environment, but on our internal relationship with Allah. When we seek peace through Him, we find that the more we trust in His will, the more peace we experience. We begin to let go of the constant need to control every situation, and instead, we rely on Allah's wisdom and mercy. This shift in mindset brings tranquility to the heart, as we understand that whatever happens, Allah is in control. The knowledge that He is guiding us through every moment of our lives fills our hearts with reassurance and peace. Allah, in His mercy, allows us to face challenges so that we can grow stronger in faith, develop patience, and ultimately experience peace. When we learn to accept His will and trust in His wisdom, we find peace in the knowledge that every test is an opportunity for us to draw closer to Him. True peace is found when we surrender our fears, anxieties, and burdens to Allah. It is in the moments when we truly rely on Him and place our trust in His plan that we experience the tranquility that no worldly possession or achievement can provide. It is a peace that comes from knowing that no matter how difficult our journey may be, Allah is always with us, guiding us, protecting us, and providing us with the strength to endure. So whenever you find yourself struggling, remember that Allah is the source of peace. Turn to Him with sincerity, seek His guidance through prayer, and trust that He will grant you the peace that your heart longs for. No matter how overwhelming life's challenges may seem, with Allah, peace is always within reach. As we wrap up today's journey, remember that surrendering to Allah isn't a sign of weakness, but a mark of true strength and faith. When we release what we cannot control and place our trust in Allah's plan, we unlock a peace and resilience that nothing in this world can shake. Allah's wisdom is far greater than our own, and by letting go of our burdens, we allow Him to guide us towards true tranquility and fulfillment. If this video has inspired you or brought some peace to your heart, please take a moment to like, comment, and subscribe to Deen Explorers. Your support helps us spread this message of hope and trust in Allah's divine plan to others. Until next time, may Allah grant you peace, patience, and the strength to surrender everything into His hands. Stay blessed, and remember that Allah is always with you.